Hey guys, it's Justin Goodbread, Financially Simple. Headed home from a long week at the office working there. But I had this thought that I've been thinking about and pondering, and I've been pondering this all week. And that is, could our assumptions be wrong? The thought behind that was, I was listening to a particular conflict that was occurring between one of my clients and an employee of theirs. And it wasn't anything major, but it was enough to get a little bit dander ruffled. I mean, you know kind of how that is with business owners, that many times, we genuinely, I wouldn't say many times, we genuinely care about our employees. We do. We know the responsibility that it takes when you hire someone. I mean, of course you have the jerk employer, right? I mean, we've all heard of them, the one who's like, well, I'll just fire them, but most of us, before we bring somebody new on, we ponder it, we think about it. I'm in the hiring process right now in my company, and I've been thinking and praying about this, and it's just a lot of responsibility when you commit to feed another person's family with the revenue that you and your team is going to produce. And in this conflict, I was listening to both the employee and the employer, and it wasn't a big deal at all. But when you're sitting back and listening, I learned real quickly that their assumptions, both of the assumptions in the conversation, was incorrect. We all know the old adage of what an assumption means, right? But the employer had a certain viewpoint. Now, he was looking at it from a risk standpoint, and the employee was looking at it from a different viewpoint, from a reward standpoint. And both individuals had very similar and good ideas and good reasons to be somewhat worried. But once the other party, or once in this case the employer, heard the employee's concerns and the employee heard the employer's concerns, they realized quickly that their assumptions that they were making, that the assumptions they were making the other person had, were not accurate. That diffused the situation very quickly. And like I said, it wasn't a major. So I bring that over into our world as employers. We make assumptions about market conditions. We make assumptions about risk. We make assumptions about product. We make assumptions. Every day we have to make educated guesses. Sometimes it's like trying to throw a dart backwards, over our head and trying to hit a dartboard behind us, not even looking at it. Sometimes we have that. Other times we may study it for a while. So I just challenge you, whenever you run into a situation of conflict with an employee, take a look at the assumptions. See if you're assuming things that the other party's not necessarily assuming or not necessarily thinking, and vice versa. Sometimes you don't have to do all this, but sometimes you value your employees, the situation's there. Just throw the cards on the table. See if you're approaching it with the same exact baseline conditions. And make sure that we're not adding assumptions about other people's beliefs. Whenever that happens, it's never good. So just a thought as I was thinking this week. I figured I'd share that with you. Hey guys, look, remember, life's hard. Money doesn't have to be. Not at all. Let's make at least money financially simple. Hey, y'all have a great weekend.